try and even the video out a little bit. I'm not going to go lips then, face then, eyes or anything. I'm just going to do some that I like, some that I don't like, because I don't want it to all be, oh my god, this was rubbish, and then, oh, I love this, buy this one. I just want to mix it up a little bit, so it will be a little bit random, but I will try not to take my time. First I have the e.l.f. Beauty book, and I bought the Bright Eyes edition. My first impression was really good because the colours are nice. I'm not sure why it's in book form, whether it's just a blend in or whether you can sneak it to college and people won't think anything. But the colours are really nice. It's always useful to have a black and a white in a palette, and it gives you a little eyeliner as well. It's like a pencil eyeliner and an applicator. And it was in the sale. It was £3, so it's really good. It's really good value for money, and it does have nice colours. I wanted the smoky eye one, but they were out of stock, so I'm actually glad I got this one because the colours look really nice. Haven't yet used it, but we will see. I also bought the eyeshadow palette, and a lot of people recommend this one. It was £5, so it was cheap, obviously, compared to MAC and things like that. But it was still quite an investment for me because £5 could feed us for a couple of days. But I am pleased I got it. The colours are really nice, and you've got your nice black and white in there as well. I always like a black and white to do a bit of blending. But yeah, I am pleased. There are a lot of colours in here, and there's a mirror as well, which is always useful. Next we have eyelashes, and I bought the individual lashes and the strip lashes to test. I don't know if there were different strip lashes, I can't remember, but if number D30 means anything to you, then that'll help you with which ones they are. I wasn't a big fan. When I first tried them out I forgot to cut them, so I put them on and it hurt and it looked ridiculous, so I did it again, and I cut them to size. But I don't like the glue that comes with them. It comes with both of them, you get a little glue. You need to bear in mind the price now. I think these were £1.50, so it's very cheap. It's not a huge brand, but the glue you get, it is like glue basically. It's see-through when you put it on, so you can't really decide how much you're putting on. You can't really tell, and it's difficult to tell when it gets tacky as well. So I much prefer what I'm already using. I use e.l.f. lashes, which is one of the best brands. Absolutely brilliant. As you can see, I have completely overused these ones. These are my favourites. 105, 105. And you get a little glue with this as well. And the glue with this one, it's like a creamy orangey colour, so you can see exactly how much you're putting on the lash. You can tell when it's getting tacky, and also when you put it on your eyelash, with this glue, it seems to fuse straight away. You literally, once you pull it off to move it into the right place, you've got to reapply more glue. And with the e.l.f. ones, you can put it on and you can just move it slightly if you need to. Usually you can just adjust it a little bit and put it in the right place, hold it down, but you can't with the e.l.f. one because it fuses straight away and you'll get it on your lashes, and it's just quite difficult to use. So if you do have them, use a different glue with it, I would say. And next we've got some eyeshadows. Two of these ones. These are from the Essentials range, I think. And I've got Beautiful Browns and I've got Tantalising Taupe. And when I first saw it, I loved the colours. I loved the way they looked online. I thought they looked really bright and lovely. I love my bright colours. Particularly this golden bronzy looking one I loved. But when you actually use it, it is a bronze, but it's just quite light. It's not a standout colour, and to be honest with you, I used this one because it's darker and I like things to be either dark and smoky or bright and noticeable. Otherwise I don't feel like there's any point in wearing makeup, because, you know, if you've got perfect skin, if you've got things like that, don't wear foundation. But yeah, with the eyeshadow, the three colours at the bottom in the Tantalising Taupe one are just too similar to be able to do any kind of blending or gradient, and I just thought that was a little bit pointless. This one works a little bit better when you're doing gradient because one of them is sparkly. You can kind of, it's just quite fun to blend it out and make it look nice. But I also found when I did the blending later on, a couple of hours later, it had all just merged into one colour. There was no blending going on. Usually it's a bit more smoky in the corners, but it wasn't. It was just a plain pale brown, and I wasn't too fond of that. You need to bear in mind it is very cheap though. I also bought two of the eyeshadow duos. This one is Butter Pecan, and the brown is quite shimmery. I like a bit of shimmer in eyeshadow. And you've got the paler one to blend it out. I haven't used these yet. This is what I'm going by with just the swatches that I made. And this one is doesn't say the name because it's a clear sticker and it's gone a bit funny. It was berry something, or something berry or cherry, something like that. But to be honest with you, it's not a berry colour. It is brown. It's just a palish brown. I was expecting quite a, from the look on the website, just a bit more plum and pinky colour, but it's just a pale brown. And the one next to it is a whitey, pinky, really light colour. That was really for like the brow bone. It wouldn't do you any good on your actual eyelid. I also got a glitter eyeshadow. I'm not sure what this one is. I think it's Essentials, but I can't remember if it's in the sale. And it's in Night Owl, and it looks really nice. It really does. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. It is. I looked at it and I thought, wow, that looks so lovely and shimmery. I love my shimmer, like I've just said, but it's glitter. It's not shimmer, and the glitter just goes everywhere. And you get it in your eye, and it really irritates. It does me anyway. Maybe it's me being clumsy. Maybe it's me not using the brushes properly. But I'm not a big fan because it is just too sparkly and bright. I can't really wear it on a daily basis. It's really, you know, it's more of a like a nightclub colour, and I don't go to clubs or anything. It's a very pretty colour, but it's not really for me. And now we have the brushes. I've got the brushes from the Essentials range. I wanted to start there and work my way up to Studio, because Studio is the one that's really recommended. Loads of people love their brushes, but I wanted to try out the really cheap ones just to see what they're like. And I'll start with the foundation brush. It's, all in all, I like this brush, I really do. I'm not used to using a foundation brush. I usually just use my fingers, which doesn't do me too well because I end up putting too much on and I go a bit darker than I should. So I've been using this, and I do like it, I really do. It's really easy to use. I thought it was going to be so much work actually blending it, but it's not. It's actually really good. And I also use it for my bronzer under my cheekbones. And all in all, I do like this, and I will continue to use it. It's not too sharp. It's actually really good. I think it was £1.50 for honestly, for the price. It's really good. I don't use it for my blusher though. I think it's a little bit too concentrated. I wouldn't be able to blend it out well enough. I've also got the lip brush, lip defining brush, and I'm not a big fan of this one. I bought it because I thought it was going to be a little bit smaller. I thought it was going to be about half as long and just a bit thinner. I can cut it if I want, but I'm not going to. I was going to use it for like the lipsticks to make sure I get proper coverage with the lipsticks, but I found that I don't need it. I just don't need it. It's a bit too big to actually do any work with. I'll keep it aside for in case I do, but I just put the lipstick on normally, and just work around that, because I found with the lipsticks I've bought, I don't really need to use a brush to put them on. And I've got the eyeshadow brush, which I've used a little bit, but not as much as I thought I was going to. I found that it's just a bit too big to work with. It's not, because you get some stupid fanned out and just, yeah, but because I do so many colours and I just blend them, I don't need a brush this big. So I use this one. This is the smudge brush, so basically to go with this, and I absolutely love this brush. This is brilliant. I'm completely new to smudging and blending, and it's literally, I've had this on all day, bear in mind, and it's just so good. It's really easy to get the line. It's not too sharp as well. This is £1.50. It's really good, and you can get the sharp line, and you can do the, if you want the colour under where the eyelashes are, it's really good for there as well, because it's a tiny brush and it's just so good for precise details, I find. But if you want genuine just eyeshadow, you can use the normal eyeshadow brush. And the last one is like a smudge sponge. It's for the eyes, and it looks like, it's a little bit like a little rubbery end. You expected it to be like an applicator, just a sponge, but it's not. It's hard, and it genuinely is like a smudge tiny detail smudge. So it's alright for the crease. I find it's really good to blend out the crease. Don't have much else use for it unless you want to blend out the tear duct. If you've got the white in the tear duct, just gently blending that out, that's quite good for that as well. I also bought the Shimmer eyeliner pencil, and this was one of the last resort ones, the ones where I wanted to get free delivery, so I wanted to put it up just a little bit. So I decided to buy this one. I think it was in the sale. I think it was £1, £1.50. And I've drawn it on the back of my hand here. It's all right. It's very pale. It's not like I'm used to liquid liner and proper crayons and serious block colours, but it is quite pale, and because it's shimmer you have to catch the light to actually see it. So when you've got your eyeliner on, if you're outdoors and the sun's on you, you might only see a portion of it, and it looks like you haven't done a smooth line just because the sun's only catching some of the shimmery bit. It just looks a little bit too pale for me. I like the proper line you get with the liquid liner and things like that. And we're going on to concealers now. I bought this one with high hopes. This is an all over cover stick, and I've got it in ivory because that's the same name as my foundation, so it's going to be similar pale colours. And I did have high hopes, but I was not impressed. I get really bad like black around my eyelids, baggy eyes, because I just don't sleep, and I wanted like a decent concealer, so I got this one. And you have to work so hard to actually get any product off of it because it really is a stick. It's harder than lipstick. It's really so I wasn't impressed by this because it didn't make a difference at all to me personally. It is just like a big crayon. It's not as smooth as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be much creamier, but it's not. I don't know if it's because it's freezing here, but it just didn't do the job for me. So what I did was I bought another one. That's not it, that's that. I bought the tone correcting concealer. It's in ivory as well, and I love this one. This did the job perfectly. It's a normal liquid concealer, and I dotted it around the eyes, just patted it in gently. I only needed to do it once as well to actually get the coverage, and I get really bad, but I really do. It's just so dark in the morning particularly, and it really did the job. It doesn't feel heavy as well. It doesn't feel heavy on my eyes. I can't really tell I've got it on, and you just can't notice, and it just feels like you're wearing plain foundation. I really like this one. I really do. It's perfect for my skin tone. It's just brightened me up a little bit. I look a little bit sunken, but I've never found one that's done as good as this. I really do recommend this one. And now we're on to the lips, which is my favourite part of makeup overall. I know I said I would try to mix things up, but with the lips I do have like a set of ones I really like, a set of ones I don't really like. So I'm just going to show you now. I'll start on this one. This is a lip balm. It's I think it was called conditioning balm, I think it was called, and it comes in 3 flavours. It's strawberry, vanilla and something else. It smells lovely. I got the vanilla one because I don't want any colour. I just wanted a nice lip balm. I wanted to give it a try. And when I first ordered it, it arrived and it didn't wind up, so I contacted them and said I think I've got a faulty one, and they said okay, take a picture of the item with the fault, even though I'd explained to them what the fault was and how it can't be photographed. And I said I'm not sure how that's going to actually prove what's wrong with it, because the problem is that it doesn't wind up. If I take a picture of that, you're not going to really know what the problem is. So what she did was said, okay, just tell me the code on the bottom and that's enough proof. And so she refunded me the money for this, and she gave me a discount code for my next delivery, so if I wanted to rebuy it I wouldn't have to pay for the postage again. And so I went on it back on e.l.f. and I bought a few things and put the code in, and it said invalid code or something like that. I thought, oh god. I emailed her again and said the code's not working, and she did it again. I tried it again. It said, I think it said the same thing again actually, invalid code. She tried it again and it said code has expired. So I was just fed up at this point. I thought, oh my god, I just want my lip balm. And she said, okay, I wasn't moaning to her obviously, I don't like stressing companies out, but she manually went and edited my basket for me and did it on their end, I don't know how, but they can see what's in your basket. It's really creepy. So she added the code manually, the money off, and I've finally got a working one now. So the broken one I just gave to Andy, my fiance, and when he's stressed out he just gets it out of his pocket and has a smell. It doesn't work, but he can smell it and he loves it. It is actually quite nice. What I do is I put it on when I'm doing my eye makeup, so I've got my lips moisturised while I'm doing the rest of my makeup, and then I can get to the lipstick and the lip gloss or whatever, so that it's basically just keeps them nice and ready for the lipstick. And I've also got a lip liner. I bought this one and I didn't know how light it was. I've got it a bit gunky because I got it on the side. Online it didn't look as pale as it is. It really is. It's a lot lighter than my lip colour. I don't like it. It's just a little bit too light for me. Lipsticks. Okay, first of all, I've got Fearless, which is a beautiful red. It's a gorgeous, proper red colour, and it didn't disappoint me. It looks lovely on the lips. I love my red lipsticks. I have different brands, loads of different brands, and I love it. And it smells so good. It smells, I think it's cherry, I think. I gave it to Andy and I said, have a smell of this. What is it? It smells so nice. And he said, I think it's cherry. It's just, you can't help but smell it before you put it on. It's just lovely. I am really happy with the colour. I would buy it again if I used it up. Fearless is lovely. But I've also got Posh, which is a deep pinky, it's like a naturally pinky kind of shade. I was quite disappointed with this one. It just looks a little bit Halloweeny. That's why I call it Halloweeny, if it looks a bit purple. It doesn't suit me. And the worst part, oh my god, I don't know if there's something wrong with mine, but it's horrible smell. It's really strong wax crayon, horrible. I don't even know what to say. It's really horrible smell. I just don't want that on my lips. But what I do is, because it is quite a natural shade, I'll just put a little bit on my finger, just a little bit, and you can use it as a blusher on the top of your cheeks, because it's not too dense, it's not too bright as well. It's a really nice, just like a pale pinky colour, so it does go well as blusher. I did see that on somebody's channel, I can't remember who it was, Michelle Farn possibly. There's a video about emergency makeup on a desert island, something like that, and it was just certain tricks. It was really good and it actually does work. I tested that and it doesn't run, it isn't obvious that it's lipstick at all. I have got this colour, Nostalgic. It's a nude, very pale beigey colour, and it's got a nice smell. Luckily, it's not the same as Posh, but it doesn't suit me at all. It just doesn't suit me. It just looks like basically I've got no lips. It's just like a shiny, pale colour. I'm not particularly fond of that one, but I'm sure other people will suit it far better than me. And lastly, I've got this one, which is like a dark pinky, slightly purpley colour, and it's a godsend. Absolute, I love this one so much. It's Gypsy, and I've heard so many good things about it. It suits so many skin types, so many shades of people and skin tones and hair colours. It's just absolutely perfect, absolutely lovely. Plum tones are supposed to suit blondes, but I don't usually suit them. It just looks a bit scary. And this one, for some reason, it's not quite plummy, but it's a nice daytime pale. It's not pale, but I can't explain. I'll show you. So yeah. I've also got this lipstick, which is in the mineral range. It's called Cheerful Cherry, and it's like a deep reddy browny colour. On the website it looks like a dark red, which is why I bought it. It's called Cherry as well, Cheerful Cherry. Makes you think of a really nice bright dark red colour, but it's not. On your lips it's brown. It is on mine. It looks like you've been eating chocolate, and it's got that horrible waxy smell as well. So I'm a little bit disappointed by that one, because that one's slightly more expensive than the other ones, and the other ones are brilliant. So I don't know how that happens. It's got nice packaging though, so you might find one that you like. And lastly, I have these lip plumping glosses. And I was so impressed by these. I think they're £1.50 each, they're brilliant. When I first put it on, I was like, what is that smell? It's a little bit minty, it's like menthol, and I was like, what? It smells like the vapor rub that you put on your chest and under your nose when you've got a cold. And I was thinking, how can you put that on lips? And I just realised, obviously it's like lip plumping, there's got to be something. I don't know if it does make your lips fuller, but it feels like it does. But I don't know if that's just the tingling of the menthol. And I had to get used to it, I did, because it made my eyes water at first. I thought, I've got to get this off. It was almost like a burning, tingling on your lips. But I have got used to it now, and now that I have, I can actually appreciate the colours a bit more. They've got a dark colour here, which is Ruby Kiss, which is just a little bit too browny on my lips. I'm not too fond of that one. I've got the next one, Fuchsia Fanatic, which is a bright pink, like a hot pink colour. But it doesn't come out like that on your lips. It's almost like a childish pink, like the makeup you have when you're really young and your mum just lets you play around with it. It's like that kind of pink. It's not a proper, on me it just looks a little bit silly. We've got, actually I'll show you this one. This is Baby Doll, which is a really pale pink. It doesn't look too nice on me. It's alright, it's not a bad colour, but it's just a bit pointless. It just looks a little bit plain. It's like using the white the same because it's just so light. And we've also got Fire Coral, I think. Yep, Fire Coral, which is absolutely one of my favourite makeup items at the moment out of everything. You use the white side first, which the white side has most of the menthol in it, and you can feel it already. It's also so fresh. It's just this nice smell, so you smell nice as well. If people come up to you and you're talking to someone, you'll smell minty. And they'll ask for a chewing gum and you'll go, no, I just smell nice, it's not chewing gum. And it's a lovely, like, it's pinky. I don't know if you can see it, it's really, really lovely. It's really nice in the daytime. It's just in the middle of the really dark ones and the really light ones. It's just, I will be buying more of this. I think it's £1.50. You don't get that much product. It looks like a fair amount, but then you look properly and there's not actually that much in there. But I will be buying again, particularly this one. I'm just so happy with it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll sometimes wear it over top of Gypsy as well. I don't know, it just makes it slightly darker, and I love it. I'm so happy with it, I really am. So thank you for watching. I have been Danny, and I have really enjoyed making this, aside from how long it's taken. As you can probably see, it's gotten dark now. It's taken about 3 hours because of camera breaking, camera running out of batteries, and it just somehow not accepting the files. So I bought 4 different e.l.f. polishes, and I have done them on my nails, and the colours are pretty. I can't really see that one, but... and the first one, it looks quite black, but it's actually like a really dark chocolate colour, and it is called chocolate as well, I think. It's really pretty, but it's not really my colour. It's a bit too dark, and that's literally one coat. Next we have this colour, which is called Fire Coral. That's this really pretty red colour. It is a bit of a corally red colour. It's really, really, really nice. That's probably my favourite of the 4. It went on really smoothly as well, and it's just quite a pure colour, and you only needed 1 coat of it. And then we've got a glittery polish, which is called Glitter Glam, and that's this one. You can't see it. It's just small specks of glitter. It's not really, you can't use it as a base colour, but it would be nice to glitter up some designs. And then we've got this one, which was the one I was most optimistic about, which is like a silvery metallic colour, and it's called Metal Madness, and that's on my little finger. And to be honest with you, I just don't like this colour at all. It's so thick and gooey, and the main negative about these polishes is that they just don't dry at all. I mean, it's not dry, and I've had it on for about 20 minutes, and as you can see, I bashed this now and had to redo it. So all in all, I probably won't buy them again, but they are really cheap. So if you've got the time to just wait for them to dry, and you don't mind using a lot of sèche-vite or something, then they're probably worth it, because the colours are really nice, particularly this one. This one's really pretty. It's just, I just wouldn't buy any more because of how long it takes to dry. It's not really convenient when you do nail art. So that is my opinion of the e.l.f. polishes. I will be doing more videos of other brands. I'll do separate videos of them, and my general favourites and things that you just need to buy and things that are absolutely brilliant. Overall, out of all the e.l.f. stuff I've bought, my two favourites have been the Fire Coral Lip Pumping Gloss and the concealer stick, the liquid concealer. Those are my two absolute favourites. I love a lot of them, and I'm really happy generally with the brand because they don't test on animals for a start. I've said that before. And the makeup is just really good for the price. I'm really happy. And I will do another video on this. What's in here? It's just so exciting. I can't wait to show you this. I can't wait. I will try not to brag because it might sound like bragging, but I'm so excited to show you what's in here. Thank you, and bye bye. The tape won't come off. It's hard to do anything with these nails. Next we've got the eyelashes. Now I bought the individual lashes and the strip lashes because and I quite like this one because the brown is really shimmery, and I do like a bit of eyeshadow shimmer. I do like a bit of eyeshadow. There's another. Ow. Well, that's clever, isn't it? Now that I've taken the sticky stuff off, I close the book. When I open it, it's stuck. So I've got to get rid of the stickiness on that, otherwise there's no point having it. There we go, that's alright. No, it's not. I just ruined my nail varnish.